My name's Arabella, the inventor of the hands-free feeding tube. Did you know about 3 million people depend on the feeding tube and the numbers are rising, especially for people younger than 18, which makes up half of the people using a feeding tube. You might be wondering, what is a feeding tube? A feeding tube is a flexible tube that enters a person either through their nose or their stomach. It provides nutrients, fluids, medicine, and other substances. Someone might need a feeding tube due to trouble swallowing, digestive issues, they are unconscious, or have a serious illness such as cancer. The pump sends the food through the tube. The pump food must be 6 inches away from the pump to properly work. 6 inches is about the length of a dollar. Carrying a baby or a sick person while they are using a feeding tube can be challenging, especially when out of the home. For example, this invention came to me when I noticed my mom had to carry my baby brother who was using a feeding tube, a stroller, which he did not want to be in, a diaper bag, a pump, and a feeding bag, all while maintaining the 6-inch gap between the pump and the food bag. So, my invention is an extended piece which holds the feeding bag 6 inches away from the pump while you are wearing the backpack, making you hands-free. Let me show you my prototype. Okay, so the materials I use for my invention are a backpack, a tube, a knob to hook the milk bag on, a piece of wood, and a milk bag and pump. I also use the hinges
30 seconds
to make my invention collapsible. All you have to do is you can easily zip it up. And now your hand's free. I cut the extension piece to make my invention collapsible into my bag. I made sure my materials are lightweight so it's not too heavy for the wearer. Anyone struggling to carry their child who had the feeding tube or had the feeding tube themselves can benefit from my invention by carrying the food tube and pump in an easier, safer way due to the extension piece.
Okay, thank you. That's time.
I'm wrapping it up, and I just have 10 more seconds. Right now, tube users only have a large cumbersome tool, this large cumbersome tool as an option. The hands-free feeding tube has a chance to make a huge difference on the medically complex individuals, allowing them to be greater participants in their community.
Okay, thank you so much. All right. Doctor, I'll start with you.
All right. Okay, Arabella, thank you for teaching me something new. This is the first time I heard about this feeding tube, so I was very impressed by your innovation. And you're all dressed up like a doctor, so I think you're well ahead of the game here. So tell me a little bit more about the potential for the market. How have you done your market research in terms of finding out how this product will sell?
Well, I researched with my teacher and I found out that a lot of people use a feeding tube and it's really hard for them to move around. Like you can't go to the park, you can't go to my soccer games. My brother couldn't go with the cumbersome pole, but we used this feeding tube and he could easily travel around, like even going to a walker in the hospital. And the numbers are rising with people who are using a feeding tube. Especially in Asia.
All right, awesome. Saeed.
Arabella, this is wonderful, and I'm so glad that you're solving something that you have seen yourself. You have witnessed the problem, you're solving it. What are some of the challenges that you're seeing in this as you carry on with this invention?
Well, medical, I would like to. I use wood and materials I found around my house. For example, like this knob right here is from my dresser, and I would like to use like medical grade materials to make my invention.
Okay, great. Marcelo.
Congratulations for your project. I'd like to know if you made specific research in the market to look for some similar product like yours. And second question is regarding the price. Do you know already how it will cost when you arrive to the market?
I'm not sure yet, but maybe like $20 to $30. But these materials were around my own home, and I would use different materials.
What about the competitors? Have you found any similar products in the market? And if you had, what make yours different of them? What make yours better than them?
I don't know. I haven't found any yet. Right now, just yeah. Right now, you can only use this pole, for it. You can't like move around easily.
Okay.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. Judges, we have time for maybe one more follow-up really quickly if you have any additional questions. Any takers?
Yeah, I have a question in terms of your test cases. How have you actually tested your innovation, or at least simulated test?
Well, I have a brother who's younger and he needs a feeding tube. So I saw that my mom couldn't move around with him and he couldn't like go for walks with the pole. So I used this backpack and we could easily bring him around anywhere. And his doctor loves it.
Okay, well, thank you so much. We appreciate you're done. Take a breath.
Thank you
Yay.
for listening.